Hello everybody, happy Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend. Want to give you a few updates. We actually had a lot going on over the weekend even though I wasn't here. Yeltsin, Jonathan, and Michelle took care of the tank. And Michelle had a successful dive, blew the rock off again, very, very much cleaner than the last one. So we actually made a lot of progress. Now, this was a very successful dive. We added some urchins, some snails, and most importantly, a large Magnifica anemone, which seems to be staying roughly in place now. It's been a day and a fraction, so we're pretty happy about that. We tested some star polyp on the bottom to see whether the angels and butterflies would pick at it. The first day or so, they didn't come out, but we're starting to see some green. We added some small pieces of rock along with to see that their interest is not just on the green star polyp. We have a piece of green star polyp here also on the bottom. We're trying to really grow it on the bottom where the sand has blown. That is opened up and is green. And we added, I don't know, about 15 to 20 cleaner shrimp. So we now have cleaner shrimp stations in here. There's some here, which is all good. Now, we have put a light and starting this 40, actually this tank's been up and running, so it's not starting. It's had live rock in here, rubble for quite a while. We are now going to use this as a cleaning station with peppermint shrimp, maybe Melanaris wrasse, chorus wrasse, in case we see any bugs or aptasia on corals. It will go in here before it goes in the display. Pretty cool idea. Just put a little LED light on it. Obviously, I'm going to have to quarantine the wrasses, so it won't be fully cleaned, but at least for the aptasia, we're going to be good. In addition, we added these in the coral vats, these internal canister filters with pleated cartridge. Got them in all of them actually now, and they've made a very, very nice difference in the clarity of the water. And I mean, this vat was full of hair algae, and now it's only got a little bit left. So there's been urchins and snails moved in here too, each one of these vats. This one vat particularly, the coral came in on 8/8, so it's not going to be much longer before this vat gets released. And then this station number 1 has been cleared out of all coral except for the pieces that we know have aptasia on them. Some of this polyp stuff also has aptasia. So we're going to either have to put peppermint shrimp in here or move these pieces to that 40-gallon. There's Yeltsin here doing a water change. These are the clowns that await us. With the anemone, some skunks. He's been dosing this with chloroquine phosphate. There's actually a little Achilles in here. Someone asked me to quarantine for them, so he's in with the clownfish with chloroquine phosphate. And these guys will be ready in the next week or so to go in and hang out with their anemone. And lastly, hey Mr. Rabbi, for you. I take all the wins and losses. I let you guys know. This 300-gallon tank, we've had a few wins and one very big loss. Talk about that in a second. So the coral in here is starting to look really nice. It's obviously not rare coral. It's pieces that we take from our quarantine system where we know it's not going to work in the main display. We put some star polyp in here also. But over the weekend, while we were having new nets made up for the lid, my female Personalis angel of about 9 years old, maybe it was 8, jumped out. And we found them on the floor, her on the floor, dead. It's a big loss. I'm very upset about it. Totally preventable. And these lids were on order. I mean, the thing must have gotten chased and jumped out of a hole like this. So we have these custom lids being made now. They're actually maybe 2 weeks away, and I can't believe it actually happened. The good news is this last batch, there's a female here, and I believe this one will be a female too, but it may be a sub-adult male. There are a few females around. You know, I'm gonna have to replace this girl. Although these guys did take 8 years to get this big. Okay, that's really all. Everybody else doing well. Nelson's doing a water change here, and he adds chloroquine phosphate into the buckets first. And these are Angels and these Ventralis amphias are doing just great in quarantine. They're in copper at about, what are they, Yels? 2.0, 2.1?
Yeah, 2.5.
2.05? 2.0.